Really, really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from move for quite still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, what you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost... The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air... The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do? The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool.
She means it. She wouldn't defy authority, however sweaty and bloated it may look.
First, I have to ask, are you okay, sir? You look like...
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth. But you can keep it down because your body does not control you.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. No. You see, that's not what you said. Come on, man. Freddie, please.
Don't back down now. Say what you said again. Proudly.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Has the time come already? Mere minutes. I should go and prepare then. Thank you. This has been delightful. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. It's pretty clear, good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. Act through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop. Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? Oh, it's not? You're right.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law. He tries to avoid outright a competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird, a competent work of taxidermy. Looks like the bird was. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, a competent. Looks like the. Something about it makes you feel bitter. The man plucks at the seabird. Looks like something about.
Look, why don't you go and talk? Oh no, yes you are. What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved. Oh, you're right.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie. She just, you know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapped as you approach. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 40th.
You realize he's waiting. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. You instinctively run your hand over the
Don't worry! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau!
Yes, well, it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a... It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree? Mm-hmm. So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. I was to meet a detective from Precinct 41 at the Whirling in Rags. Precinct 41 said they were sending the most seasoned detective. And you certainly look seasoned. You may have murdered the man I was supposed to meet and are now impersonating him. You may... But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Internal Affairs. And I'm not there. Regardless, I would also suggest that you locate your blazer with your official insignia. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I could step into the headlights of my kinema and show you. But right now, I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Oh. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. But first, we have to... I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still... If you need something for your headache, there is a general store.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that. So cigarettes will have to do.
After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. What happened, man? You used to be cool. Get your drink on and your act together.
Yes? Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritize. I'm sure you don't. It's just a stupid and...
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What? Think? I do most of my...
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook, and that's where his conversations with himself. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandma. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never...
He's glad to have shut down your question.
That's correct.
That makes him a Beano-clad, completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
I can assure you, Detective, that I've passed all the required physical exams within the last...
You may not remember taking any little tests, but you're strong as a goddamn ox. Anyone can see that.
Just because your precinct has a reputation for cracking skulls doesn't mean that's the only way to solve a case. Was there anything else? No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
Something the matter?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his through nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it. If the lieutenant were an evil man, fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I'm relieved that you agree.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
Do you know the feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right. It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a...
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous... During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled using a device of some sort. But there's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. That's right. You mean like a brief? You want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not. Okay then. Was there anything else you... Good. What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something else?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Hello, sweet.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw, but dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and...
In another time and place, she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. It means I can't use my legs. I was in an accident some years back, injured in the line of duty, as they say. Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak. I was a training and development manager at a rap. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. I hope not. Although the work you are...
Towering over her in your insignia, you make her feel safe.
But not you. You're volunteer.
So you volunteered, sometime in the past, for the beatdown and hell of bullets? So very you.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Oh, my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, sweetie, it's really not. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to...
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I...
A defeat. Of course, sweetie.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks.
You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is.
A sigh.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor,
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Someone more educated in sweeping.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a... Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway. Thank you, but... Martinez, perhaps another time. Whatever do you... Sequence kill...
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Yes, and it seems to me that you do well to stick close to him. And even if he weren't there, I don't think you'd have much use for me. I really would like to help out, but I don't want to slow you down. What? Sequence?
A partner who needs you.
It seems to me that you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law. Someone you can lean on and... Yes, officer.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the whirling in rags cat? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I haven't seen... Speaking of history, that's right.
Her relief is palpable.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? Precisely, sweetie. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, led by an alliance of foreign powers. It is quite disappointing, yes. Oh dear, but we should stop for
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
you.
Aside,
But,
she means this sincerely.
it has
I'm just a poor woman.
a defeat. Of course,
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks.
someone.
No.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though what sequence?
A partner who'll need you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Yes, and it seems to me that you do well. And even if he weren't there, I don't thank you, but perhaps another time. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Of course. Where to? There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, some shops and a bridge, the just coast.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere. Pour.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It's just water.
In the west is the miracle.
What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called... What do you... Yes, sir.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
Oh, that...
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
No problem. Of course. I won't hold...
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to...
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my...
Silence. The air. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his...
Whatever you say, officers. It's about biological determinism, natural law. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial... People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruders species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or... It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck, Runt. Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me... Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but... the strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. Apples? Yeah, apples?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Oh, not much. The strike? Apples? Yeah, apples?
He's given you the runaround.
Apples? Yeah.
He's given you the runaround.
Oh, not... Apples? Fine.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were best.
Oh, not much. Yeah.
He's given you the
not...
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a...
People who've studied these things say that you and me... Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? The problem? The damn kips are showing a real... It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Good. If...
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression remained. Oh no, not too happy.
Not...
Change the topic.
I'm not... People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by... Open your eyes. Haven't you... This concerns you, policeman, so you better be It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? Go right ahead. You may be a cop.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it. What happened? Did your balls shrivel up? You had plenty of chances to get off this road, but no, you let this guy keep talking. Then, when the time came,
Not
change the topic. The way he's...
people who've studied. It's
Lieutenant Kis... Not a lot of moral... What happened? Did your balls...
it's not.
Change the...
Suit yourself, officer. Hide your face in the. Not.
Change...
I'm not people. So it's what the keeps of boogie. It's true. Also, you need to realize the danger. Go right.
Lieutenant Kis... Not a lot of... What happened? Did your ball...
Oh, not.
He...
not.
Change the topic.
Suit yourself, officer. Hide your.
When you said before...
Well, now you've done it. Let's see if you can talk your way out of this one.
I suppose that's a relief. Just be careful how often you avail yourself of the... And one more thing. As you've seen, this sort of... I've had this conversation enough times in my life. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it.
Looking for something? Not.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes...
I'm not the people who've studied these things. So, lately we... The problem? The damn keeps are... It's what the keeps... It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in there. Don't push your luck. Runt. Looking for something, Hunt? Oh, not much anymore. Apples? Yeah.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest.
It's about... Not...
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
People who've studied these things say that you and me. So, lately we Occidental... This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. It's what the keeps of boogies... It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might... Don't push your luck, Runt.
Yes?
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal spray.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma. St. Baptiste, you know. St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good pain. I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to you. No. Sorry. I'm not like...
Nosafed heals +1 health. Duramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1.
Yes? Yes? What do you want to know? There's a... Oh, no. It's not a particularly mysterious case.
The lieutenant...
Good.
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates from the large engine. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage.
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat. Nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
No, I'm afraid not. We have a murder case on our hands, remember? A motorized vehicle, officer. I'm sure you are familiar with the concept. We've had these for nearly a century. The Kupris motorcar does provide most of our...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and, as you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start.
Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch. A metallic drawer slides out from under.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and cold and heavy, like truth. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button, the soft purr of electrical kittens.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment.
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen. Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of... Or, actually, it could be both, given your profile. Yep. Yes.
You're detecting very little in the way of empathy.
Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut...
Oh, but speed. Sweet speed. It goes so well with alcohol, too.
That's because you're hungover. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you... That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. The busy kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying. For you. I've got more important things to do here. And you survived it. Congrats.
Sort of, but by God does it burn.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that.
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours. Before...
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with...
There is no surprise in his voice. Only careless superiority.
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another run? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of political... The money is probably going to some old, oily...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot...
It's not fucking cryo-acta latte. It's soup.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st, come in, over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped...
10-4, what's your status? 10-18, 10-20, over. Ten 18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir. Over.
But you said... never mind.
10-9, repeat message. Over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious...
10-22, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to...
He what? He lost his badge?
This is communication. You mean your partner?
What is he saying?
He's asking who...
I'm his god...
It's your partner, satellite officer.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious.
Satellite officer Vicmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. Over. He says this has probably happened.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding?
Satellite officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation.
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced
Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this!
What's going on?
Supercar.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Lost a badge.
He asks you to please stop.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his...
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not...
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun! We can still have fun! It's not all over!
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over. Ten-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over. Ten-9, come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message please. Did you misplace your firearm? Over.
The silence is almost deafening after you flick off the switch, severing the connection.
That did not go well. I guess the important thing is that you followed... Did we need anything else here?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? 57's...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the... The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich.
Yes?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please,
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister.
Mon Dieu! Good job, officer.
There are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing.
What are you talking about? You just executed a...
With a pinch of fear.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass? Booster pants are squeezing you senseless. Whatever happened to practical, durable, shot?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this in Martinez, the union is... Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply...
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Yes. The terrain here provides... I do. Fire from heavy. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling. A sign of mental deterioration.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their main...
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on this city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
He approves of this radical approach.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think? I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cat I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisell.
This royal failure.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frisell. He was a king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution. Damn Frisell. He was a king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisell. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already?
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Yes?
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even, so do you. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut. The box seems happy. Worn and beaten wooden.
We can sit.
You can revisit.
A gander and a hunter and a gatherer, feel like a traveler. You sure are, my man. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Workers on strike. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Yeah, exactly. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting,
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal...
Time to arrest him.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Laurent Bird's.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in...
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing, flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze won. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern above the Jamrock Quarter in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of four to the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin. The border approaches. You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows.
Excuse me? Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone... I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough, but thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through. Don't be a stranger.